Hello, welcome to Nezo's Bad Shop. I am Nezo behind the camera, as usually, always, traditionally, staring at letters. No numbers on this one, but look, letters, and very important letters, and letters that we've been waiting for like quite some time, and I even made a funny meme about it with Confused Travolta. Where our new Reve-D RDX chassis is here now, right here. Yes, and we are gonna unbox this right now, but before I cut the seal, I just want to tell you a tiny bit about it. Oh look, you can see me in the reflection there. Hello. Anyways, so this chassis is all plastic fantastic. Look at it there in the picture. Glorious. No wheels or tires included, but the hex hubs are brake disc and caliper. Look at that. Cool. But yes, the chassis is plastic fantastic all the way through. Plastic shocks, but they are oil filled, which is good. But this is that they call a molded chassis kit, but it's basically very nice plastic. It better be, ooh, look, a fan mount. I see a fan mount there. That's really nice. I didn't know it came with that. Well, we're gonna find out all kinds of things that it comes with when we look in the box. And then we'll do a more in-depth overview and comparison and stuff once it's built and all that. And I've got it wired up and ready to drive. But yes, it's mid-motor with option of high or low motor. And there's also multiple battery placements and multiple electronic optional placements, and it kind of does look similar to the sweaty MC1 car. It's very similar that way, but not exactly. There's no upper deck. Everything is braced down along the sides of the chassis. And before they cut the box open, I would read off all these blurbs to you, but I don't understand Japanese yet. I need to learn. But anyways, judging from the pictures, you can see the steering angle, hopefully, that we get out of box. That looks very nice. Get a look at the upper arms there and the way they assemble and the way everything is situated. The shocks mount on the sides of the tower, so not on the front. Interesting. The servo mounts dead in the middle there. Good keeping the center of gravity in the middle and the weight in the middle. And on this picture, we can see that there is the optional motor positioning, both high and low. And one thing I read about, which became a thing very quick, was people were wondering how to change the spur gear, because the spur gear looks like an all one-piece molded unit there. So like on the MC1, there's a spur gear holder. It's an aluminum two-piece setup, and that sandwiches the spur gear between the mounting, and then you can change your size of spur gear. This one though is all one piece, so like immediately people were like, how to do that? So you can pretty much take the MC1 spur gear mount and apply it to this car and change your spur gear. That's what Reve-D came up with, but you have to change the input pin on the transmission input shaft, and there's a whole blur about it, and I'll go through it in my digest review and all that stuff. But that's something that came up in the last few weeks since people have got theirs and have been trying stuff and building it. And the other photo here is different battery and electronic placements. You can see there where there is no battery, and you can put their battery is underneath the motor and the electronics are placed as such. The battery there is still positioned under the motor, but the gyro has been moved. On that photo, battery is now in line in the chassis instead of side to side, poking out from the motor, but using a shorty battery, and the gyro has been moved again. And then on the final photo, the motor, they moved up to the high position. They put a long stick pack in the middle, running down the middle of the chassis with the gyro moved again. So multiple placements, kind of pick or choose, or those are some of the predefined sort of options there that are very nice and you can just go with. So 4 minutes into the video, I've already yapped enough. Let's just cut this thing open. Look at that. Ooh, fancy seal. And the seal will go bye-bye. And now I have a guest hand. My teammate, Sebi, came down to pick up something, but also wanted to see this. Let's open the box. My nose doesn't work, but there is some new box smell. I got like a whiff of it, like a 1 second whiff. Sebi is gonna give it a whiffing. Yes. Very nice. You notice I noticed right away though? The bag numberings looks just like the MC1, so that's nice. That's traditional Reve-D, and it seems like they've put all the bits into one giant bag. But the bag is open. Well, that's handy. Get rid of that. Look at all these cool things in here. What should we look at first? Let's just grab a bag. I was gonna say box. We'll grab a bag. Bag number 10. Shocks. shock bodies. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the Yokomo. Ooh, but the biggest change right away I notice, those pistons are 4-hole plastics, whereas Yokomo plastics are 3-hole, and then the big bores are 4-hole as standard. So that's already noticeable change, and that'll be more oil flowing through there. And if I move this bottle around, that, come on. Yeah, number 50. So that's 50 weight oil, 4-hole pistons, plastic shock bodies, or plastic shocks. So that's already pretty good. I'm assuming those are the soft, they almost look like the R-Tunes. The Reve-D R-Tune spring. I'm not sure if it is, but we got the double coil up there. So that's kind of neat. Excuse me, neat. So, yeah, 4-hole pistons. That should give us a nice bouncy 50 weight oil. Yeah, pretty excited about that. Bag 4. This is rear lower arms and the suspension mounts. Those look pretty good. Nice molded plastic parts, and we have a 1 mil shim spacer there too for the suspension mount. This is good. This is more on the sweaty side, even though this is plastic. Oh, a battery's finished. Can you hear that? Yes. Yes. So that's also very good. I'm excited about that. Shims off the hop. Just thinking about it as I sort of look at it here and giving you guys an extended look up close with all these nice new design parts, fresh Reve-D design. And this is Reve-D's first full kit as well, I forgot to mention up front in the video. Before, the MC1 was a conversion kit. You had to take a YD2, a Yokomo YD2 chassis, and merge them together, but this one is a whole kit all by itself. So, bag 8, we have rear knuckles, which they do remind me of the old YD2S knuckle, but it is a little different in its design. So that's a Reve-D design. And there's the brake disc hubs. Those look pretty nice too for plastic. Pretty scale looking. Bearings there. Ball bearings. And some of the front bulkhead stuff, the calipers. Look at those. Those look really nice. Are those gunmetal? It is. They took the time to actually use different colored plastic. So 2 points for Reve-D there. Look at color disc, color gunmetal. It's very nice. CVD drive shaft there. 7mm wheel nuts. Very nice. Yes, bag 8. What's next? Bag 11. A bumper that says Reve-D on it. Brett will be pleased, our track owner, because the MC1's, the option bumper, says Reve-D on the front with a nice aluminum piece, and the plastic one says Reve-D. So now I can even picture Brett now and hear him in my head as he pilots a Reve-D rental car, which I haven't told him we're going to do, but we're going to do it. Reve-D RDX rental car, and he can say, I can tow you with my Reve-D plastic car, because it says it on the bumper. But yeah, otherwise, what's in here? Body posts, and those look pretty nice. Looks pretty solid. And a bunch of screws, and ooh, look at those body pins. Those are beefy. Very nice. Very good. Okay, what's this? Bag 9. So this is mixture of things. I see those aren't shock shafts. Those are the pins for the upper and lower arms, it looks like. A 20-tooth pinion. Nice. Some sweatier cars have been omitting the pinion. I'm not going to mention names, but a few of them have, so that's nice to see. And these are, that's the lower arm, I think? Yeah, it looks like the lower arms. Those look cool. Very trim. Kind of remind me of the MC1 optional, but they are different, that's for sure. But they're beefy though. They got a nice beefy look. And then we have front knuckles here, which do remind me of the S knuckle a little bit, but it's definitely not the same. It just looks a little bit similar. It gives me memories, vibes. But it looks good though, and it does look like solid in that sense, not like excessive amounts of plastic all over it. So that's good. The upper arms look nice too. And there's the axles in their front axle set. And some ball studs and some spacers, etc., etc. And Reve-D's ball cup set. Nice. So that's also nice too. Excellent. Bag 9. Bag 3. Oh, that's a small bag. That's just servo mounting. And those horns are different. They have a different look to the Yokomo one, but it looks so similar. But nope, it is different. got like a slim profile. They're like an hourglass profile. Nice. 23 tooth and 25 tooth. So those are the popular servo teeth sizes. And bag 7 has a lot of longish stuff. Battery mounts. Yeah, battery mounts. The spur gear, look, there it is. An 84 tooth, so it's the same as pretty much almost every YD2 that came out. 84 tooth spur, but it is, look, whole one piece. That just slots straight onto the shaft with a nut, as we saw in the photo at the front of the video. So, to change to like an 86 or 7 or whatever, you're gonna have to get the MC1 spur gear adapter, which they are making more available now. I think they even made a whole separate part number with the right pin size for the RDX, because the MC1 pin is too long or too fat or something. They made a post about it, but you can get that now, that piece. Then you can put on an 84 regular spur gear that every other car has, and then change your spur gear. So that is, yeah, that's one thing we'll note right there. And then there's some screws in there, and the mounting plates for some of the electronics there. This looks like chassis braces and stuff. Yeah, chassis braces, and that's the battery door, I think. That also says Reve-D on it. Brett will be pleased. Reve-D. Yes, so that says that as well. Very nice. Brett loves Reve-D branding. Anything Reve-D. Although I used to be an MSD fanboy. Shh, don't tell anyone. Look, MSD's over there. Moving on, bag 6. Geez, those gears look familiar, eh? Definitely, probably, most likely the same gear. Although they do look a tiny bit different. Just they have a little lip on them on the outside there, I notice. On the one side, I see it. So anyways, but they're pretty much the same. Ball bearings are for the transmission. There's the transmission input shaft, which also looks pretty similar to most of the YD2 ones, but it probably is different sized or whatever. Motor mount, which that's definitely different, but it is aluminum. The motor mounts are usually always aluminum. Let me feel that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's aluminum. Motor mounts are usually always aluminum in these cars because it helps dissipate heat. Plastic, it'll warp, it'll melt, could melt. Usually it'll warp though, and then your pinion and spur gear mesh gets all screwed with, and then under loading, if it's warping, you start killing gears, and things don't go well. So usually always they spec an aluminum motor mount. So yeah, and then there's some plates here, probably for the electronics and or pieces of the rear end. There's the transmission under there, see it? Transmission pieces. And that's it. That's Reve-D's own design for this car. Just gives a lot of nostalgic vibes of the YD2, but that's okay. A lot of the YD2's been around for a while, and this is a step in the sort of new generation. So some things are going to look similar, but definitely a lot of things look different. And even that transmission looks different on the outside. Just from the inside, it reminded me there a little bit of the older transmissions. Okay, where are we now? We've done quite a lot. Bag 5. This is the differential. And there's... Is it a lock spool, I think it is? Yeah, because yeah, that goes in there and there, and I think that all screws together. We'll look in the manual, but I think this car comes with a locked spool, not an actual gear diff. That's interesting, if that's true. I wonder, that looks smaller than the CLSD, but I'm sure people are going to try Yokomo diff, they're going to try CLSD, they're going to try ball diff, they'll probably try everything. But yeah, that looks like a locked spool, so okay, cool. I forgot to do a little bit of light reading before coming here. I was so excited. But it's more fun to dive in and learn things, right? So, bag 2. We only got a few bags left. Bag 2. Front upper bulkhead, it looks like. The upper side and the sort of bottom side. The sides of the sides. And some screws. Nice screws. Yes. Looks good, though. Like, I'm just turning it around and kind of staring at it a little just for the fit and finish of the parts, but they look really nice, so it'll be nice to do an up-close Constructor's Digest and all that reviewery stuff, and or if I get it built in rough time, I might be able to make a driving video. Yes, bag 1. This is the steering rack assembly. Ball bearings there for the steering rack, bell crank style rack, plastic shims there, bits of the bell crank and the whole setup there, and crucially fixed links. Look at those. And they actually have written on them the sizes, 43.3, 43.0. So you don't have to measure them. They have written them right on them. Excuse me, and you can find them pretty easily. And one of them is even twisted sideways. See, look, see the way the ball cup is on the left side there versus the right side? That's neat. So that's pre-molded. So yeah, that makes things a little easier for first-time builders and such. So you don't have to adjust these lengths to length, links to length. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a whole. Yeah, it's the whole thing, but it actually looks like a standard turnbuckle. They made it look like a standard turnbuckle with ball cups and stuff. So another 2 points for style there for Reve-D. Brett will also be impressed, pleased. And before I pull out the plate, I see something that looks very nice. Ah, they got it right. Oh, look, and they gave you tire livery stickers. Okay, 10 points for Reve-D. Every other, well, I shouldn't say every other manufacturer, just one manufacturer needs to up their sticker game. Every other manufacturer, though, has upped their sticker game, and they have been really nice stickers. So for the RDX first kit, RDX, Reve-D, and even in bigger, and then those Reve-D tire livery, that's pretty sweaty. I have to put that on a brand new set of tires. When I put it on, we're going to use, I think, Reve-D tires for this car when I test it instead of Yoko C's. I usually use the Yoko C's as a good starting point, but because it's a Reve-D car, we'll go with Reve-D. Otherwise, Brett will be like, what are you doing? So that's really nice to see. Let's leave that there. Now, there's the chassis. And right away, just looking at that chassis, it's super duper thin everywhere, front, rear, and it gives me it immediately reminds me of the MD1 chassis because of how slim that chassis is, but how short it is. To me, the MD1 the chassis is from about that point to that point, where here we just have these extra pieces. So it's going to be interesting to see this plastic version of this. And Sebi wants to do a flex check, which I thought was a good idea. Look at the flex. Yeah, thin and flexy. Then they're supposed to be like, as we saw, the bracings. So this is going to be neato, very neato. Let's take it out of the bag. Fit and finish looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. As I run the light around it there, that's very nice. The quality looks very good. This is what I was hearing early on. Quality, fit, finish, all looks very good. It's going to be nice to build. So that's that. And the last major bag, small tool set, antenna holder, double-sided tape, and I mean small tool set. That's all you get. But always have an arsenal of tools ready to go so you can do proper building. And don't forget Loctite, because you will need it on a few pieces, even though this is a plastic car, or you will suffer the consequences of equipment failure. The manual. Oh, things are falling there. The manual. It looks pretty nice. It feels very nice, nice and thick. Believe in drift. Reve-D. That's it, Brett, your new slogan. No more of this Reve-D, it's believe in drift. All right, sorry, I had to do that. Enough of that. Now let's just take a quick look. Oh my God. Literally after I said it, it's like in your face. I love this. I can't wait to flood his thing with all kinds of messages. Okay, moving on. So that's what? That's just tools you need, and then let's take a quick look. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that.
Nice and clear.
Nice, clear, very nice, well font. The paper is nice, thickish quality paper.
I like this if there is, let's see.
Yeah, there was a couple other manuals where it was really hard to see. I think they had a printing issue. Ooh, another battery's charged. And that, yeah, okay, I was just glancing through here just to see a few things, and yes, locked spool, my friends. So, completion of spool assembly, there you go. So, yeah, locked diff. Locked diff. Rhinomax also has a locked diff. And it's pretty sweaty, so we're gonna see what's what. 4-gear transmission, like I thought, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, well, 1, 2, 3, 4th is the diff. There's really, I don't think there was anything else I needed to look for in here. Most of the other things were answered as we looked around. There's how you mount the spur gear. It's just straight on and put the nut on her. And that's where people are like how to change it. There's the battery thingies. View from the top with the different transmission mounting options. Yeah, the manual looks great though. So this is going to be nice. The Constructor's Digest, of course, I will do that. Oh yeah, and we found out that it does come with the fan mount as standard, which is pretty sweaty because on a lot of the same class, budget class, plastic fantastic class drift cars, especially from yoke mode, they have no fan mount as standard, especially no plastic one. Only the upper ended cars, I think. I can't remember if the plus ones gave you it, but definitely the X series, like the X, SX, RX, ZX, they give you the fan mount. But yeah, so that's nice to see. And then, yeah, there's the shock assembly thingy, which we found out everything we needed to know about the shocks. Except for... Oh, there's the part number. Okay, so there's the part number. We'll look that up. Ooh, look at the springs. The springs, one of them is the double tier like I saw, but then one of them is the middle double tier. That's interesting. And it looks longer too. That looks like the standard short size, and that looks like a medium length, like a slightly longer length. But see where this double tieredness is and where they're saying and how to mount it. Do they tell us preload, the collar, the shock collar? They don't tell us how much to put. They tell you the shock length.
I don't think you can.
Oh, this doesn't have adjustable. There's no thread. I thought there were threads. Actually, wait, weren't there threads? Hold up. Oh, there's threads there. I see threads there.
Oh.
Maybe they just didn't illustrate the threads?
Maybe.
Oh. Oh, wait. Adjust the vehicle height with the spring adjustment nut so that both the front and rear are 5mm with the body attached. So that must mean 5mm ride height? Something like that. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll do some reading. Could be a personal preference as well. Usually there's no preload setting, but I've seen it a couple times lately. And wheels are sold separately. Yes, there's no wheels in here. And they give, ooh, yes, here's our Reve-D selection of all the wheels. We also have them all over there in our shop. A good amount of them anyway. And example of the electric part installation. Okay, yeah, that's just how to do the electrics.
Cool.
Big memo section. Nice. Oh, good question, yeah. I was about to say, where's the setup sheet, which it does not come with.
Maybe in the other one.
Oh yes, there's more sheet here. So believe in drift, which is cool. And then this is the RDX exploded view. Half of it. The box is trying to take away itself. Sebi's retrieving it. Thank you, Sebi. And the sticker thing tried to delete itself. That's the explodey view. Parts list, which this will be very handy to have. I'll pretty much give this, we'll post this or something. Oh, English parts list. Nice, but no setup sheet. I wonder if it wasn't ready at time, but maybe we can download it. So I'll have to go take a look, do some downloading, and download this manual digitally, because it's always nice to have it on a computer sometimes instead of having the book open and annoying you on your desk and folding itself over. You can just pull it up on a PDF on here and then do it at your will and zoom stuff in and all that good stuff. But yes, we have reached the conclusion of the unboxing, and there's stuff everywhere. And I'm very excited, actually, to get this one together. People said it went together pretty good, and I don't know if it took them any less time, but they said it went together so smoothly that they were driving it in what felt like no time. So average kit builds are anywhere from 4 to 6 hours with these ones, no matter how you dice it. If you really push yourself, you might be able to do 3 hours, but you literally can't get interrupted, and you can't look at anything else, and you can't even go to the bathroom. You can't even eat. You barely breathe. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, yes, so that's the RDX, and I'm going to basically start building it shortly after this video. I gotta do a little bit of shop work, but then, yeah, this is going together, and who knows? I might not leave tonight until I drive it. Otherwise, I'll just take it home and finish it, and then do it Saturday. But I'm pretty sure we all want to see it drive at our track as well, because it's been available for 2 weeks worldwide, so to say, and I've seen other people driving theirs and raving about it and this and that, so it's our turn now. Bad Shoppe. So all of you that have been asking and waiting, this is it. More videos coming for sure. Constructor's Digest, running video, comparison video, on-track shootout. Probably I'll film it from behind with my camera car, and I'm going to be doing some kind of shootout with the RDX D5, probably MR, RR or the MR, one of the two, and at least a Yokomo Z, or even the YD2E. Sorry, the YD2E or the YD2Z, one of those full plastic ones. And maybe if we get our hands on the Rookie Drift 1.0, that too. But basically, the Rookie Drift and the YD2Z plastic, same car. They just, to me, swap that. But anyways, Shoutout for that against all this, because they're all in the same price zone. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting. So stay tuned for all of that good stuff. And yes, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to Sebi, who's off to the side. They're getting his car ready for a little ripski, for helping me out with the video. He was also excited to see all the bits and bytes too. So while I do some work, he can oogle over some parts and all that stuff. And yes, let me know if you've got an RDX already, or if you're thinking of getting one, or this kind of stuff. Yeah, if you've got one already, let me know what you think, if you've tuned it, if you've changed any parts. Did you change the spur gear yet? Did you change the shocks? Did you do, what did you do? What did you do, if you did anything? If not, yeah, drop me a line on the comments or DM or whatever. Try to get back to you and go from there. So thank you again for watching, and peace out. The next time you see videos uploaded, it'll be of more of this. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.
Reve-D.